Let's rewind here a little bit. Go back to when you played. Who were some of the guards you really enjoyed playing against?
What if I start with the list of the guys, Kevin, I didn't enjoy playing against? If I named Allen Iverson, Mitch Richmond, and of course, Michael Jordan. Not the funnest nights at work, if you get my drift, but I did love playing one John Barry.
And now the opening lineup for Phoenix. Paul and Booker, the talented backcourt pair. The small and power forwards are Bridges and Johnson. And it's Ayton in at the 5, roaming the paint. And so it's the Suns getting on the board first. Morant drives in. And then Morant slams it in.
Yeah, that's fire right there. Morant practicing for the dunk contest. I see you, young fella.
The shot's good from Paul.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
And that one's good, Morant.
And you're just asking to get burned when you give Morant a lane, using that speed to his advantage. And you know, for proof of what Morant's done for the Memphis franchise, look at the offensive numbers. Grizzlies have made huge steps forward every year.
Now here's Adams. Brooks kicks to Jackson. Doesn't get it to drop for him. So Phoenix will take it the other way. Greg, the improvement since Morant arrived has been very steady.
And the Grizzlies went from the 20th rated offense in his rookie season to number 16 in his second year, and then all the way up to number 5 last season. Ja has turned him into a... How about the authority from Morant? The way he was running, you knew he was aiming to shatter the rim.
Paul goes in, misses from short range.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Morant. Brooks kicks to Adams. Morant outside. 5 to shoot. Going inside and finished off by Morant.
And how about that display of athleticism by Morant, flying up in the air for the jam.
Booker the pass to Johnson. It's stolen by Adams. Morant against Paul. Now here's Morant. Tight defense on him. The shot misses. Now the Suns take it the other way. Bridges inside the three-point line. And Johnson is right there.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. .143 left to play in the first quarter. And Morant throws it down.
How about the handles from the young fellow? Give Morant credit for taking the initiative and capitalizing.
Now we'll go to David Aldridge, who spoke with Monty Williams. David.
Thanks, Kevin. I asked him which part of their offensive scheme they feel confident in, and he said, to no surprise, outside shooting. He told me our guys can flat out kill it from deep. So we're going to try to get that dialed up early on. We will see, Kevin. Back to you.
All right, thank you, David. 1:05 left in the first quarter. Up top, Morant, defended by Paul. They grab their own miss. It's Brooks on the wing. Jackson finds Bain. Second chance shot. Great D that time from Johnson. The Suns have gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. Here's Ayton. That one wide left. And here's Morant. He'll bring it up for the Grizzlies. They trail by 1. We've got 22 seconds left here in the first quarter. The rebound by Johnson. Bridges outside. Here's Ayton. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Suns lead by 1. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And taking a look at the Suns' performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
They couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
Adams is the pivot for him with Jackson Jr. at the 4. In at the guard spots, Morant and Bane. And it's Brooks in at the small forward position. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. The Suns leading.
After missing the playoffs for 10 consecutive seasons, boy, the Suns not only got to the postseason in 21, they made it all the way to the finals. So what a turnaround for that franchise.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Morant kicks to Brooks. Memphis moving that ball around. 6 on the shot clock. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one on 8.
Boy, Morant's brought a lot of excitement. He almost always makes the night's highlight reel. He is what I'd call an elite showman.
It's been quite a turnaround, hasn't it, Brent, for Phoenix? Ever since they acquired Chris Paul in that trade from Oklahoma City, they've been a different team.
Yeah, and I don't think you can really give enough credit to what it is that Chris Paul has brought, along with the combination and relationship that he has with Monty Williams. I mean, that leadership with that young roster and giving those guys belief has elevated the play of everybody who's put on that uniform.
Morant against Paul. Takes it inside. And the rejection by Jackson. Here's Booker. Here's Ayton.
Trust me, big guys hate playing against Steven Adams. He's a nuisance on the defensive end, and that time changed the shot.
Jackson passes to Adams. Morant scanning the floor. And finished off by Morant.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Pass to Johnson. Will it go? And the rejection by Jackson. And taken away by Johnson. And Ayton throws it down.
As long as passes are in that area, Ayton's going to get up and go down.
Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Morant against Paul. Morant dishes to Adams. It's hauled in by the Suns. After being selected first overall in the 2018 draft, some teams question if DeAndre Ayton was worthy of that.
Well, it took time for Ayton to find his comfort zone, and all of a sudden became a key piece that nobody's questioning much anymore as an inside rebounder, rim protector, a guy who can score at a high level when asked to. And Devin Booker's impact on the game stretching far beyond just his elite ability to put the ball in the hole.
And finished off by Morant.
Gives the team such a great element, having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Brooks kicks to Morant. Back to Brooks. Passes it to Morant. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And the rugged toughness of Morant. Excellent at fighting through there and capitalizing in style.
For Memphis, they have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. .109 left to play here in the half. Pass to Johnson. On the wing, Booker. On deep. Just 5 on the clock. Paul passes to Ayton. Great open look there. Ayton's got his second bucket.
Hitting that mid-range shot, this is right now probably the extent of Ayton's range.
Morant outside. And then jammed down as he goes right over Chris Paul.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
Devin Booker is such a natural, gifted scorer. Even when he gets hit on that play, he stays in control with that shot.
And the Suns here with a different look. Landale's checked in. Crowder comes in for Johnson. Torrey Craig, he's checked in for Bridges. And it's Payne in for Chris Paul. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Morant, and then Morant slams it in.
Well, Morant is certainly making his presence felt on offense. He's in total attack mode.
Booker the pass to Landale. It's going to be out of bounds. The Suns will retain possession.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Payne. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
The campaign has gotten this reputation, and it's well earned as a professional. Just able to come in the game, ready when called upon. It's going to impact on both ends of the floor what's being done out there. And that effort level, that has kept him around.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Ja Morant has been leading the charge.
The Suns, 24.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Guys, Ja Morant has been sensational.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half. Just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Monty Williams. Jake Crowder out there with Torrey Craig. Then there's Landry Shamet. Then there's Cameron Payne. And it's Landale in at the 5, down low. Brent, how has size now affected the way the game is played?
Well, if I could just take a detour, Kevin, I would tell you it's skill that has affected the way the game has played. I mean, this has always been a tall man's game, and usually it's been dominated by the biggest guys, but that's not the case anymore. So you look at 6'4" to 6'7" guys who are skilled to shoot, pass, and dribble. That's what every team is looking for. And that's the way the modern NBA team, especially a championship caliber team, is made.
And the foul called on Cameron Payne. That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Williams looking around. Outside, Green. Clock at 6. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. The Grizzlies shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. He misses the free throw. Something you noticed about these Suns last year was their offensive talents, Brent. It could be seen from top to bottom.
Man, they got plenty of great shooters on the floor. Obviously, one of the great distributors of all time in Chris Paul. And with these guys scoring in a variety of ways, really tough to defend from inside, outside, and the deadly mid-range of your leader.
Outside, Jones buries the long-range jumper. Jones has got 4 points in the quarter.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on it.
Crowder is screen on Jones. Here's Payne. And Craig has it in the corner. And there's the pass to Landale. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Jones with it, working on Payne. Here's Conchar. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Nailed from three-point land.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Pass to Landale. Over Clark. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It goes on Brandon Clark. This is his first free throw of the game. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Makes it pretty tough on the defense. Who you're going to pick to send to the free throw line. And he's hitting the free throws right now. Form looks good.
Jones drives in. Outside Williams. And Williams slams it in.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go. Maybe it is showtime. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Jones against Gray. Green dishes to Williams. Drives to the hoop. Makes it off the glass. Williams has got the lead up to 7 now for the Grizzlies. The Suns have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Payne looking around. Lays it up and banks it in.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Well, you like the role that Cam has accepted as a guy who comes in and gives immediate energy and impact to the offense. He does a little bit of everything, but he certainly is a spark plug.
Here's Williams, and he banks in the layup. Williams has got 6 points in the quarter.
Now they're playing working to perfection there if that was their plan. And if it wasn't, maybe that should be their plan.
Here's Payne. Rebound by Williams. And the Grizzlies leading by 7. Here's Conchar. On the wing, Williams. Pass to Conchar. Williams a screen. Conchar, the pass to Williams. Double team on Williams. That one goes in. And now a 9-point Memphis lead.
Just a much smaller defender on him. He does the exact thing at the right moment. Goes straight to the rim.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Craig, good.
And Payne just playing eyes-up basketball, seeing that opportunity.
And it's Jones with the ball for Memphis. From the arc. Crowder pulls it in. Here's Payne. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him.
A beast defensively. Clark's reach and high.
And so it's Memphis. Headed to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. We'll get right back to the action when we return. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed. And you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Sometimes that's what can separate some of the best players, not just creating for yourself, but creating for others as well.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. Clark is out there with Williams. Then it's Green. Then it's Tyus Jones. And it's Conchar in at the shooting guard. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey guys, I caught Taylor Jenkins' message to his team. He wants them to maintain their balanced attack, but he told them they're doing a great job of finding space out on the perimeter, which has led to all those good shots. He likes the rhythm and the flow of this offense. He just told them, keep shooting it with confidence. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Morant outside. Driving in. No good that time. Some solid defense from Ayton. And out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession. Memphis leading by 7. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Up top, Morant, defended by Paul. And the rejection by Ayton. Kicks to Johnson. Paul looking over the floor. The 17-footer. And the Suns tack on 2 more.
And Chris Paul so comfortable operating in the mid-range.
Now Morant. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Memphis.
They've shown no let-up. Penetration, knife it inside. The defense has to tighten it up if they want to slow this team down.
Well, we've also seen them being very aggressive down in the paint. All game long, they've been hunting down those inside points.
Here's Paul. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Steven Adams picks one up.
And we talk about the playmaking ability of CP3. 3rd all-time in career assists, 2nd all-time in career assist percentage, and he looks far from done.
And great, what separates Paul from the other 2 guys that have more career assists is that Paul also averaged 18 points a game.
And he scores with efficiency. Really a one-of-a-kind talent. When he finally does decide to hang him up, I think he'd make a great head coach as well.
And that one drops. Morant's got 29 in the game.
And it just seems like Morant is always ready to outwork the defense. A big effort pays off for him there inside.
Paul's shot is off.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
Free throw good, Bane. And the Grizzlies leading by 8. Now here's Morant. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Outside for Jackson. Launches it. Good, and a nice assist from Morant. Jackson's got the lead up to 11 now for the Grizzlies.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
Over to the wing. Here's Ayton. And Adams sends it back.
Well, Steven Adams is very much capable of anchoring a defense right there in a great spot to get the block.
Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Morant outside. The 3. And they recover it. Jackson kicks to Morant. From deep 3-point range, Bridges with the board.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him. And that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
And the wide open shot from Paul misses the 3. Memphis leading by 11.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for the Grizzlies.
And they had to battle for this win. There were times when it looked like it was maybe slipping away a bit, but they never let that happen, which I thought was a real credit to them.
And that's a product of their mental toughness. Anytime the flow of the game turned against them, instead of caving, they just dialed it up a notch and were able to pull away.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for John Morant.
It looked like a couple times they might be wearing him down, but not the case. At the offensive end, he was just devastating.
26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. From deep. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton. Fate looking very thin now, Greg, with very few ticks of the clock remaining.
They'll need something special to happen, and it needs to happen fast.
Defense unable to stop DeAndre Ayton that time, getting inside and using his frame.
And here's Morant. So it's Memphis picking up the win. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it. know this should be a battle of the backcourts, and you know something about that. Who did you, when you played, love to face and play against?
Well, two of the guys that come to mind right offhand as far as backcourt players was Michael Jordan and Penny Hardaway. Love facing those guys. And then at the end of my career, I loved watching Allen Iverson, not guarding him.
So the opening lineup for the Suns. Ball and Booker, the talented backcourt pair. The small and power forwards are Bridges and Johnson. And it's Ayton in at the 5 down low. Now, here's George, and yes, it's good.
I like how Paul George comes off the screen under control, right up into his shooting motion. Smooth.
Paul goes in, and the rejection by Zubac. And here's Leonard from 3. And no good that time. And Phoenix will come the other way. On the wing, Bridges, defended by George. Bridges misses.
Rare for him to get a wide open shot from mid-range and fail to connect.
And Kawhi Leonard with multiple finals MVPs, putting him in elite company.
GA, not many guys have done it ever. The only other current players, KD and LeBron. That should tell you just how special the claw is. It's not enough to be in attack mode. You have to know how to attack. Chris Paul finding the soft spot in that defense.
Now here's Wall. The shot by George, wide open. Off target from three-point range. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. What you got for us, DA?
Well, Kevin, Monty Williams gave me a few minutes to catch up. Defensively, he wants his guys to protect the rim and do everything they can to push the offense out to the perimeter. He told me if we can do that, I feel good about our chances. Now, guys, obviously that's a tall order, but he's trying to get his guys to get geeked for the challenge.
Okay, David, much appreciated. A reverse. Out to Morris. There's the 3. Los Angeles with another miss. Suns have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Phoenix, no good that time either. LA has gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Here's Leonard. Bridges with some nice defense.
Offensively, that's how you want to end the possession, except for the result.
To the middle, here's Ayton, and Ayton throws it down.
Sweet find there by Booker. All eyes on him with the ball, and Devin understands that and has a nice feel for giving up the rock.
Now, here's Zubac. Zubac, a screen on Booker. Outside, Wall. Just 4 to shoot. Morris. Into the lane. That's good. And so Wall with the assist.
And I like the different looks that Morris can give you. Inside, outside, and in transition.
Paul with the ball. Guarded now by Morris. Booker with no one around. And he's good on the 3-ball.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Smitty, expectations have been so high for this Clippers team in recent seasons with the addition of Kawhi and the addition of Paul George and the other great parts around him.
They've got a lot of terrific players, Kevin. On paper, they look playoff ready. So those expectations aren't so misplaced.
Here's George following the basket by Chris Paul. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Leonard against Bridges, and it's Leonard with the jam.
The vertical of Kawhi is impressive, rising up with ease and throwing it down.
Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now, here's George. Here's Morris. And he uses the glass on the layup. Morris has got his 2nd basket of the game.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
Paul with the ball. 8 points for him. Booker in the corner. Back to Paul. Booker outside. Trying to get open is Johnson. Booker's shot is good. Booker's got 5 now.
And great energy from Booker there in the paint, just working hard to get to his shot.
Here's George. Phoenix grabs the miss. Paul outside. And that does it for the first quarter. Suns lead by 5. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Suns.
For me, it's all about playing downhill. They've been making it look easy to find penetration in this one, attacking the lanes and forcing the issue with the D.
And also, guys, they're playing for one another right now. All those extra passes are leading to easy buckets.
The wing pairing, George and Leonard. Post tandem for him, Morris and Zubac. And it's Wall in at the 1 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
Here's Paul. He's off on that one, so Los Angeles will take it the other way. Leonard on the wing, defended by Bridges, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Greg, we know from time to time things get pretty chippy out there. What kind of things would get under your skin when you played in the NBA?
Oh, guys tended to talk a little trash, and that could rattle you. That could bother you at times, but you really just try to maintain your focus and keeping your eye on the prize.
Wall against Paul. And he drops in the layup off the glass. 10 points for him.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
George with the screen on Paul. Outside for George. Outside Leonard. Bridges with the board. Suns leading by 3. Paul dishes to Johnson. And then Johnson with the dunk.
Wonderful find by Paul. This offense relies on him to make those kind of plays.
Leonard the pass to Zubac. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Paul against Wall from about 19 feet. Kicks it out to Johnson. Here's Paul back to Ayton. And Ayton throws it down.
And it's the way Ayton uses his body inside. It's what allows him to get so close to the basket. Young big men, though, often struggle to find consistency. But you look at Ayton's first 4 seasons, the numbers are almost identical year to year.
Ball against Wall. They get it back. On the wing, Bridges. Another shot, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And Bridges is a crafty player, knows how to draw whistles and get to that line.
And for Ayton, the numbers are impressive indeed, averaging a double-double every season.
And he's got all the tools. Next steps, making more plays for others, and they've been working on his shooting range to open up the lane a bit more.
And George with the stuff.
And it's really hard to knock George off his balance. He's just so long and strong. Nice take there.
And Chris Paul picks up a foul. That is his first foul of the game.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. And Wall kicks to George. No good. That would have tied it. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Phoenix Suns. It's a 3-point game. For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Outside for George. On the wing, Morris. Back to George. And George gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Suns leading by 3. Here's Paul. That ball is good for another field goal. His 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
The question is, why is Chris Paul so hot tonight? He recognized the hot hand, and it's him.
Booker against George. And he makes good on the layup. George has got 6 here in this quarter.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Here's Paul. And another one in the scoring column for him. He's 7 of 10 from the field.
And when he takes it inside, the points are going to come, whether like that possession or just getting to the line.
Kicks it out to Leonard. Fires the 3. And it's Ayton with the rebound. They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Would be the right move, I believe, right now.
And it's Johnson with the jam.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. George passes to Morris. Bridges with the steal. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Booker and the Suns tack on 2 more.
Of the 2 offenses here tonight, you can tell theirs is just a bit more in sync.
They've had better patience, better shot selection so far, but we still have a long way to go.
Here's Leonard. It's hauled in by the Suns. Booker looking around. And so it's the Phoenix Suns in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. What a defensive effort they put on Kawhi Leonard. It's rare to see him have the kind of trouble he's had tonight. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back. For those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. It's been a clinic by Chris Paul.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
Getting underway in the second half, here's the 5 for Monty Williams. The small and power forwards are Bridges and Johnson. Paul and Booker, the talented backcourt pair. And it's Ayton in its center.
You see why Powell is so valuable. Good athlete, good defender, and can really space the floor.
Smitty, you can tell Norman Powell has worked very hard in his game.
You know, he just wants to excel at whatever assignment he's given. Kevin, he once said, I've been in every single role on a team, from bench guy to starter, so he knows how to give you value anywhere on the floor.
Powell, that's good.
Off the catch, Norman Powell is quick to move the ball into his shot pocket.
Here's Paul. Got a hand on it. Wall against Paul. And Wall kicks to Batum. Powell dishes to Batum. Back to Powell. Outside for Batum. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. 6 to shoot. Here's Covington. Banked in off the glass.
Showing some tenacity on that take. Robert Covington with the athleticism on that play.
And And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. The shot's good from Paul.
That's just awesome position right there. Great basket to help add to the lead.
Here's Paul. 6 points for him. There's the triple. Johnson with the rebound.
LA foul.
Johnson's got 6 rebounds here tonight. The Suns shooting their third free throw shot of the game. Free throw good, Booker.
An accurate shooter from all areas of the floor. Booker has the confidence needed to dominate on offense.
Reggie Jackson's checked in for John Wall. Payne looking around. Pass to Landale. Stolen by Jackson. Pass to Powell. Here's Kennard. Craig pulls it in.
Get that weak stuff out of here. That's embarrassing.
Shamet the pass to Payne, and he makes that one. And the Suns lead by 8.
One sign of a great playmaker, hitting his man in stride.
Outside Jackson. Outside Covington. Los Angeles with another miss. Suns have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Here's Shamet. Another 3 for Phoenix.
Superb vision and decision by Jay Crowder. Rotating the ball, executing this offensively, flawless.
Here's Powell. Feeds it to Batum. Kennard for 3. Rebound by the Suns. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Passes to Landale. 1:44 left in the third.
Tremendous defense. Reggie has the quickness to stay on the ball and the long reach to affect the shot.
Outside Covington. Trying to end the drought. Here's Batum. Crowder with the steal. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thanks, Kevin. We've heard about player tracking on the court, but now shot tracking is helping players refine their strokes. It measures not just makes or misses, but the arc and the depth and the left to right direction of shots. These systems provide instant feedback to shooters and help them find the bottom of the net. Kevin, back to you.
Sign me up. That is a fascinating story. David, thank you. And the Clippers with a whole new lineup now. And the Suns here with a different look. Cameron Johnson's checked in for Jay Crowder. Bridges comes in for Torrey Craig. Booker, he's checked in for Landry Shamet. And Paul subbed in for Payne.
Yeah, I mean, from 3. Wall looking relaxed out there. And one of the game's more confident players. He can be a streaky but deadly outside shooter.
The shot's good from Paul.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
A uncontested shot at the rim, you have to compete at all times.
Zubac. It's hauled in by the Suns.
And you're just not going to see him do that very often. Usually when he rises up, there's a guarantee it's going down.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. George, no good. And it's Paul with the ball for the Suns. They lead by 11. Bridges kicks to Johnson. Bridges outside. Misses the deep three-point attempt. And so it's the Phoenix Suns. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage. And how about a look now at our assist to the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate. And how about the setup this way?
At his position, traditionally, his job is to shoot the basketball. Give him credit for keeping his eyes up and just taking what the defense allows.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. The wing pairing, George and Leonard. Post tandem for him, Morris and Zubats. And it's Wall in at the point guard. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Bridges with some nice defense. Phoenix leading by 11. And Phoenix turns it over again. And the Clippers have possession. And here's Wall. Here's George. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
And the focus Paul George has. Outstanding job finding a way to score on physical defense.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Suns.
For me, consistent penetration the entire game, and that's given them a lot of options.
And another place they're finding success is in transition. They've been working hard to get ahead of the defense and find those easy ones.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, here's what Monty Williams went over with his team during the timeout. He talked about the mindset they need to have and what he wants to see the rest of the way. Engagement at both ends and making good decisions with the ball. Guys?
Thank you, David.
And fought hard to make his way to the rim, but give the D credit, did just enough to force him to plank that one.
And the dunk by Zubats.
Ooh, and I hope he didn't hurt his neck because that was one nasty head fake.
Yeah, the defender bought it all the way, didn't he? Kicks it out to Johnson. Inside. Stolen by Zubats. And George, here we go. And then George with the jam.
Letting it all hang out when George takes flight. Just enjoy the show.
Phoenix calls timeout. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Booker outside. Ayton in the corner. Wants to get it to Booker and does. Johnson dishes to Paul. There's the drive.
This is where Chris Paul dominates, using the dribble drive to create offense and get himself to the line.
First one falls for him. And so Paul nails both of them.
I'll tell you, he doesn't give points away. Excellent job from the line.
Outside, George. Outside, Wall. Back to George. Phoenix grabs the miss. Ayton's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Leonard against Paul. Bridges outside. Booker outside. Sinks the three-pointer. And the Suns lead by 9.
And he's got plenty of range and the confidence to match. Booker believes he's going to hit every three he takes.
And Wall kicks to George. Private.
He is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think. Here's Paul. No good that time. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. George passes to Zubats. Nice move. And it's George finishing it off.
Paul George loves these situations. The bigger the moment, the more he wants to deliver.
Now Paul. And the layup's good off the glass. Paul's got 10 points here in the second half.
Well, this is what you're trying to do. Put the game away.
And he's doing it by getting to his spots and making big shots.
George from deep three-point land. George missing again.
Low percentage shot from long range. Terrible decision, especially when you still have a chance to win this.
Morris looking over the floor. George with the ball. Now guarded by Booker. And it's George again missing. Stolen by Zubats. He dishes at the wall. Outside, George. Back to Wall. Kicks it to Leonard. From deep three-point range, an absolute bomb from three-point range.
I mean, unbelievable. It's one thing to be talented, but Kawhi is clutch as well.
The drive by Paul. Can't hit from in close. LA's gotten just 1 of 4 three-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Leonard finds Wall. Count it! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
Johnson sets the screen for Paul. Driving the lane. Got it!
When the game is close, Chris Paul is ready. An elite scorer who lives for clutch situations.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. And taken away by Johnson. Now, here's Bridges. Five on the clock. From deep. Oh, wow. Unable to get a shot off in time, and they turn it over. A very unfortunate time there to pick up a shot clock violation. So it's the Suns taking the W in a close one. A truly gutsy performance.
Great to have you with us as we and both teams tonight unafraid to run offense through their bigs, Grant. Talk about the value of being able to do that.
Yeah, B.A., you know, it just speaks to how both teams can beat you in multiple ways of playing. I think it can lead to higher percentage looks with the bigs running the offense. You can strike a nice balance between inside and out, which coaches are preaching right now.
So let's take a look at the Phoenix Suns starting lineup. The deadly pair of Paul and Booker are the backcourt. Bridges and Johnson fill up the forward spots. And it's Ayton in at the 5 spot. Oh, it's blocked by Towns.
You know, one thing they can count on from Towns on the defensive end is block shots. He does not like to give up a clean look.
Here's Gobert. And the shot goes down.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Paul. Pass to Johnson. Over Towns. Shot clock at 6. Booker for 3. Towns with a rebound.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one. And the Phoenix Suns have been a completely different team since acquiring Chris Paul. He's the leader of this team, and he helps set the tone on both ends.
Oh, and Towns with the block. And they'll keep possession. For 3, Bridges. And the three-pointer goes.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Boy, the city of Phoenix really embracing Chris Paul as soon as he arrived.
Yeah, I mean, he's in the latter stages of his career now. But you would never know it based on how hard he plays every single night. He just makes everyone on this team so much better.
And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. And last year's outcome, so unfortunate for Paul and the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah, B.A., I mean, the best record in the league by 8 games. You know, it kind of seemed like Paul might finally get that ring. Just a heartbreaking loss for them against Dallas in Game 7.
Now here's Russell. Here's Gobert. Pass to Prince. And here's Russell. Here's Prince. The 3 is up. Sends it home from three-point land.
Nice read by Edwards there, finding a wide-open teammate and sending the ball his way on target.
Russell against Paul. Here he goes. And Gobert with a block. Pass to Towns. Now here's Gobert. Here's Prince. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Oh, you love to see that kind of vision from Gobert. As much attention as he draws from the D, there's bound to be an open man, and he just got to find him.
Paul. And it's in there.
How about that wonderful floater he has, showing off an exquisite touch.
Russell against Paul. Pass to Prince.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Outside Edwards. Shot from the top of the key. The Suns clear it.
With that much room around him, it's hard to imagine he could have gotten a better shot.
Here's Booker. Soft touch off the glass.
A versatile scorer. At 6'5", Booker has enough size to make plays in the painted area.
Out to the wing. Towns for 3. And Gobert with the stuff.
Oh, nothing soft about that.
Was not going to be denied. Just took the dunk that was right in front of him.
Well, you know, if nobody's going to put a body on him, then that's going to be the result.
Now here's Paul. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Paul's got 6.
Paul working around the defense that time to get a close shot inside.
Pass to Prince. Inside. Here's Towns. Out to the right wing. Here's Prince. Stolen by Bridges. And now the Suns fast break. That's good from Paul on the assist by Bridges. Give him 8 points now.
Never surprising to see Chris Paul start the break now. But as we see right there, he's just as good at finishing it.
Here's Edwards. There's the... Nice! Big finish! Man.
Watch out now. Look out below. Edwards rising to the raft.
Here's Paul. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert.
Well, he's much better than that. Really no excuse for missing that lay.
9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Russell to the wing on the left. Edwards against Booker. Edwards, the pass to Russell. Going inside. 2 shots, 2 makes. Off to a good start.
They opened the gates and he came through. D'Angelo, quick recognition.
Ayton finds Bridges. Back to Aiden. Oh, and the jam by Aiden.
This is why you put the ball in his hands. An accurate pass hitting a moving target.
Here's Edwards. And out of bounds. The Suns will take it. And now it's time to take another view of that huge swat.
And that kind of rejection early on energizes your squad. The coaching staff just loves this kind of hustle.
And that concludes a high-scoring first quarter. We're all tied up. And quarter number 2 will get underway just after this short break.
15. Fans, please give a big round of applause for the Bucks.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen from the Timberwolves?
It's simple. When you can protect the rim the way they have, it's a big advantage.
Yeah, you know, you have a guy in there blocking a bunch of shots or multiple players blocking shots. It causes the offense to think twice when they go up for shots in there.
The backcourt, it's Russell and Edwards. Towns plays the 4 with Gobert in the middle. And it's Prince in at the small forward position. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the T-Wolves. And the lob disrupted. Not to be. To the paint. Booker, good. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for Phoenix.
Yeah, they're just attacking on defense, getting those hands out and knocking the ball free. I really like their energy defensively.
Well, how about the transition game, too? I mean, that's been another key for them, moving the ball quickly up the floor. Let's see if they can keep that up.
It's stolen by Johnson. Paul with it. Towns covering. Outside for Booker. Johnson a screen on Edwards. Booker for 3. The shot off that time. So Minnesota will take it the other way. And Clark, how about the progress of the Timberwolves?
Love what they've done, B.A. They've put the pieces in place to be a playoff regular and still the youth to grow in the long term. That's a nice combination, especially when you look at a guy like Anthony Edwards. He's special.
Russell against Paul. Towns for 3. The Suns clear it. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter. Ayton passes to Booker. The kick out to Johnson. That one goes. Now he's 1 for 2.
Good court vision from Booker. He sees a wide open man and gets him the ball for an assist.
Here's Edwards. Here he goes. And Edwards slams it in.
I'll tell you what, it's good to be his age.
Yeah, I don't have memories like that at my age, though.
Yeah, it does make me look back a little bit, but I could never throw it down like that. But it sure does look good.
The crossover, and Edwards slams it in.
Defense gets burned by Edwards' ball handling ability. I mean, this guy's athletic and can really move.
Pass to Booker. Ayton, the screen on Edwards. For 3, Booker, and they get it back. Ayton passes to Booker. 3-pointer off the mark.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
Down low. Stolen by Ayton. Edwards against Booker. Ayton. And Ayton with the stuff.
They're looking at Ayton using all of his height and reach, slamming it down on a helpless defense.
Outside Russell. And legacies are defined in the playoffs. Game to game, what's the measure of greatness for a star player in your mind, Grant?
Well, B.A., I think it's all about consistency. The great ones in this league historically bring it every night. They may have a bad game here or there, but for the most part, the energy, the effort, and the consistency is always there.
Paul plays with such force and smarts combined. I mean, he looks for contact and does a good job of drawing fouls on the way up.
Paul hits them both.
Free throw shooting is about mechanics, confidence, and your mental approach. He's locked in from there most every night.
Great start so far. 3 of 3 in this one.
Well, I think the more Russell looks to score from there, guys, the more dangerous he becomes.
Inside and stolen by Gobert. Outside Edwards. Gobert up top. Pass to Towns. Outside Edwards. Throws it down, and the official calls a foul. It may be a three-point play. It's going to be on DeAndre Ayton. Free throw no good for Edwards.
How about the work ethic of Anthony Edwards? Not to mention that linebacker build and the sweet shooting stroke. But what he wants most is to see his team succeed. That's what you love about AE.
He hasn't been able to find his touch this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
With incredible agility and reflexes, Gobert excels above the rim.
Paul against Russell, and Paul gets it to go. Paul's got 14 points for the game.
And he gives up some size inside, but makes a great adjustment on the finish.
Yeah, you know, with that size difference, that's not an easy shot. I mean, I don't care how close to the rim he is, that's a tough shot.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
Left side, Paul. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
At the line for the Suns.
The free throw is off from Paul.
Chris Paul sets a fantastic example for younger players. I mean, CP3 defines what it means to be a pro.
Ali, as always, thank you.
29. The Suns. 29.
Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. Chris Paul having a dominant impact in this game.
Yeah, tonight he's done a great job of slashing through the lane and finishing.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
On the court right now for the Suns. Bridges and Johnson fill up the forward spot. The deadly pair of Paul and Booker are the backcourt, and it's Ayton in at the 5, down low. Well, these Suns have had a successful past couple of seasons.
Yeah, BA. I mean, they certainly know the greatness they're capable of. They can give you a lot of confidence out there on the floor, even against other elite teams. A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Payne with it. Pass to Shaman. Fires for 3. Buries it from 3. And the Suns lead by 3.
Gets the shot he wants. The defense wasn't quite connected enough. They lost contact.
Here's Noel. Step back and fire. Out of bounds. It'll be Suns ball.
Well, he just didn't make the catch. Didn't look the ball into his hands. He must have thought the ball was going somewhere else.
And Phoenix shooting 56% today. Left side, Payne. Craig on the wing. Pass to Shaman. Now here's Crowder. And Crowder with the jam.
Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Anderson. The Suns leading. And they've been producing at a high level.
No question. They're in a nice rhythm offensively.
Here's Shamet. Landale. Tip back in for 2.
That's a pure effort play. Nice tip in.
And that's a skill you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it?
Definitely. You're not going to make plays like that unless you expend the energy.
Kicks it out to Anderson. Pass to McLaughlin. 6 to shoot. McDaniels from long range. Ooh, and once again off the mark by Minnesota. Phoenix has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. And here's Payne outside. McLaughlin with the rebound. The Timberwolves have gone just 1 of 3 in the second half. To the inside, stolen by Payne. Here we go. Here's Shamet. And it's off the back of the rim. No good.
There's no way that's the best look this offense can produce.
Not at all. I mean, that's where they want him looking for a teammate, not trying to do it on his own. He needs to share the wealth there.
Here's Reed.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
No good, and they can't put it into the drought. For Phoenix, they've gotten 4 of 7 shots to drop in the third. Shamet into the lane. Can't cash it in from close range.
You know, you don't always get that opportunity, so those are the ones you hate to miss.
Here's Anderson, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
The defense couldn't collapse quickly enough.
Well, the Suns shooting well here in the third, hitting 50% of their shots. Pass to Shamet. And it's Noel with a rebound. Minnesota's gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. To the middle. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Suns. And the Suns going with a whole new group out there. And the Suns shooting a nice 50% for the game. Paul passes to Booker. Nice D from Reed.
Devin Booker. First personal foul. First team.
For Minnesota, they've got just 2 of 6 in the second half. Here's McLaughlin. He's guarded by Paul. Pass to Noel. The 3-ball. Rebounded by Johnson.
You know, defensively, you just can't afford to give him that much room. They're fortunate that he missed that one.
Bridges outside from deep 3-point range. And the Suns miss again.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too. And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet too.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Count it. Paul's gotten 4 this quarter.
They are clueless as to how to handle CP3 tonight. I mean, so many ways he can beat you. And he's using just about every one of them here tonight.
Down low. Stolen by Ayton. And here's the fast break. Here's Booker. The shot's good. Now it's a 6-point Suns lead.
Woo! His energy is unmatched.
And, you know, you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
And that'll do it for the third quarter. Suns ahead. They lead by 6. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way.
Please give a big round of applause for the Bucks.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the fourth in what is still anybody's ball game. Towns plays the 4 with Gobert in the middle. The backcourt, it's Russell and Edwards. And it's Prince in at the small forward position. So that's the lineup for Minnesota.
Boy, you look at D'Angelo Russell. He's got a sweet stroke to the left. He can knock it down from 3, but always seems to be playing at his pace, under good control.
Ball against Russell. And that one's good. Paul's got 22 points.
You know, when things get tight, he goes hard to the basket. That's a big-time hoop right there.
Edwards, the pass to Russell. Here's Prince. Pass to Edwards. And he drives in. They get it again. Towns with the ball. Another shot. Back to Gobert. Drops in the layup for 2.
I love the ferocity from Gobert. Snagging that board and getting the putback, he wasn't going to be denied.
Ball against Russell. Outside Paul. Yep, that one goes. Paul's got 4 points this quarter.
Can't ask for a better look with the game in the balance.
About a minute and a half into the fourth now. Outside Edwards. Here's Towns. Outside for Russell. 4-3. They get it again. Goes up again. And Gobert with the nice bucket inside.
You have to love what Gobert is doing on the offensive end so far. Staying active and finding lots of ways to contribute.
To the paint. Here's Ayton. Back to Paul. The kick out to Johnson. Off target from outside. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Here's Edwards. Pass to Towns. To tie it up. The putback. Controls the rebound and the putback. Now just a 1-point Suns lead.
Boy, you like to see Edwards doing work on the glass, hitting the boards there, using his strength and athleticism to extend plays.
Russell against Paul. Booker. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
This has been the story of the game. A battle fought on offense.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one.
And it's Russell on the drive. Here's Towns. Ooh, Ayton with the block.
Yeah, Ayton has all the physical gifts of a great shot blocker. Size, length, and agility.
Johnson against Gobert. Out to Bridges. From deep. Gets the 3 ball to go. Now it's a 7-point Suns lead.
He just brings a great feel for the game at the offensive end.
Edwards against Booker. And Edwards slams it in.
At every level, Edwards has been the go-to guy for his team. It's in his DNA.
Russell against Paul. Minnesota with a rebound. Towns has got his 6th rebound on the night. Edwards against Booker. And Edwards, here we go. And Edwards slams it in.
Well, I tell you what, once Edwards accelerates, I mean, he looks like he's playing at a different speed than those around him.
Johnson a screen on Russell. Paul passes to Johnson. The kick out to Paul. And down it goes. 2 points. Paul's got 10 points here in the second half.
This is when some players pull in and tighten up a bit, but if you're talking about CP3, this is when it becomes fun for him.
Outside for Russell. And stolen by Bridges. Pass to Booker. Back to Johnson. And here's Bridges. And the Suns get another 3. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Suns.
I like the fact that they've been very aggressive at the defensive end. Tenacious. They're jumping past.
Oh, that was something else, man. Wow.
Showing some power.
Boy, how about the strength of Edwards? Confident at taking on defenders and finishing.
Outside Paul. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to Ayton. Oh, and the jam by Ayton.
You know, not every player can make that kind of a pass. I mean, Paul makes it look easy, but it takes really tremendous vision and timing to execute.
Oh, my goodness! Disrespectful. That'll be a move to remember. Wow.
Yeah, great creativity in the air.
A circus dunk for you right there, guys.
Now here's Paul. Up top, Johnson. So the Suns win it. And they barely squeezed out the win here on the road.
And BA, the visiting team is
It's great to be with you on a Monday, and we've got a game that's sure to be a crowd pleaser, Greg. Two high-octane offenses going head-to-head.
And it's not just run and gun. Each team has a very well-refined attack, and this kind of matchup comes down to which side can maintain their energy through all 4 quarters.
Now look at Memphis's starting group. Adams is the pivot for him with Jackson Jr. at the 4. The wingmen are Bain and Brooks. And it's Morant in at the point. Paul with the ball. Over Morant. Paul finds Booker. Bridges inside. Brooks covering. Near the three-point line, it's Booker. No good. In and out, off the rim.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Morant outside. Memphis moving it around. He takes it in, and Morant throws it down.
When Morant drives, he is just so difficult to stop. His agility, that's what makes beating the D look so easy.
Ja Morant impressed as a rookie, but in 2022, he really started blowing the roof off.
He's been doing some tremendous things. And how about a 52-point game in February that year? Only 12 of those points came from threes. That's a lot of buckets.
Here's Morant, following the basket by Chris Paul. Now Morant, 5 points in the game, down to 5 on the shot clock. Bangs home the trifecta. Morant's got a couple of threes now in the first for the Grizzlies.
As Ja gets more consistent from range, he becomes that much more dynamic. And that, let me just tell you, that's going to be bad news for the rest of this league.
Now, here's Johnson. Bridges outside. Passes it to Booker. From past the arc. It's rebounded by Memphis. Now here's Morant. He's got 8. Bain kicks to Morant. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Adams' shot is off. Suns trail by 6. Paul dishes to Booker. Morant outside. And Morant throws it down.
A great scorer. Morant showing his poise on that shot.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. That's good from Morant. And so it's Paul bringing it up for the Suns. On the wing, Booker.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Down low. Here's Ayton, and Ayton throws it down.
Great decision-making from Booker, realizing one of his guys is open and whips the pass to him. One thing you have to admire about the Grizzlies is their high level of effort. These guys play with such determination on every single play.
Even their superstars like Morant.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you can give up some size, but that shows you how fearless he is, willing to attack the basket no matter who is in front of him.
So it's Phoenix now. 9-point game. Paul kicks it out to Booker. Bridges outside. Just 5 to shoot. Booker the pass to Bridges.
And a clever defender. I like seeing Brooks be that pest on this end and just disrupt it.
Morant looking around. Outside, Bain. Back to Morant. Brooks outside. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Bridges kicks to Johnson. Kicks it out to Paul. There's 38 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Ayton, and Ayton throws it down.
A towering presence on the offensive glass. Ayton uses his height well to keep possessions alive.
32 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Morant against Paul. Whoa, look out! Look out!
Wow, okay, I see you. And man, does Morant put on a show. He's got such insane athleticism.
Now here's Booker. No points in the game yet for him. Offensive rebound. Second shot opportunity. And the dunk by Booker.
When you come out to an NBA game, that's what you want to see. Devin Booker putting on a show.
The three from Morant. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so the first quarter is in the books.
Fans, please give a big round of applause for your Suns UPS team.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. Guys, what's your take on the Grizzlies so far?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Well, let's see if they're able to keep it up. So far, their shot selection and ball movement has been on point.
On the floor to begin things for Memphis here in the second quarter. In at the guard spots, Morant and Bane. At the forward spots, it's Brooks and Jackson Jr. And it's Adams in at the 5 down low. Here's Morant. Following the basket by Chris Paul. Lets the 3 fly. Johnson with the rebound. Suns trail by 5. Here's Booker. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
First personal foul.
It goes on Dillon Brooks.
Now, we know that Booker can score with the best of them, and he's also very skilled at drawing fouls.
Both shots good from the stripe.
And looking back to Devin Booker in that 2015 draft, this guy went 13th overall.
What a steal. Plus, Book was the 4th guy taken from his own college. I think that put a giant chip on his shoulder, fueled Devin to the all-star he is today. Still a little bit of a streak shooter. Morant has been deadly accurate tonight. Man.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Memphis lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Paul.
Yeah, there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Now here's Morant. He's got 15. Driving inside. And Morant throws it down.
This is what you pay to see. Morant doing what he does, exploding right to the rim off the drive. Wow.
And Booker puts up a deep 3. Ayton kicks to Booker. Pass to Johnson. Good. A nice assist from Booker. Johnson's got his first basket.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And then Morant slams it in.
Showing off that vert, Morant attacks the basket with just such intensity. There's not much any defense can do with it.
Now here's Paul. He's got 6. Johnson surveying the floor. Over Jackson. It's stolen by Adams. Here's Morant. 19 points in the game. And finished off by Morant.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
We know mistakes lead to breaks. That's just textbook right there.
For 3, Booker. It's rebounded by Memphis. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. He gets that one.
Jackson Jr.
And now a 9-point Grizzly lead. Richard, so much of today's NBA defense is about covering the pick and roll. As a player, is that something you enjoyed, taking on that challenge of covering the screen roll game?
You only enjoy that challenge because you are a competitor and you want to win. Is it something that I'm doing on my own? Is it something that I'm doing in my spare time? Probably not. I can think of more fun things to do.
Exactly. It is not, and there are so many variations, right, of the screen roll that you can defend it as many ways as you can run it.
And these players are so talented that they can stop and pop from 3. You have to guard them at the half-court line. Before, you could guard them at the 3-point line. Now you got to meet them at half-court, and there's screens all over the place. It's miserable. Hall's a pesky defender, no doubt about it.
Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Hall's got 8 points.
That's just smart basketball right there, finding a way to get a high percentage shot on offense.
And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. And finished off by Morant.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Well, guys, look, the Phoenix Suns ended the regular season on a high note last year. They finished first in the Western Conference, a feat they hadn't accomplished in a bit of time.
Now here's Paul. 8 points for him. And Adams sends it back.
Adams puts every ounce of energy into his defense. He's not out there to contest shots. He's out there to reject them.
Jackson finds Morant. And it's Brooks in the corner. Shot clock at 6. There's the lob to Jackson. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Love watching Jackson on the receiving end of the alley-oops. He definitely won the athletic lottery.
Paul surveying the floor. There's 21 seconds left in the first half. That one good for 2. And that's now 6 points for Devin Booker.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring, able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
And here's Morant. 23 points in the game. Pass to Adams. That shot is off. And the first half is now at 4.
Your Suns, 20. The Grizzlies, 29.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Guys, Ja Morant has been sensational.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
I like how they came into this one with a game plan, and they're just going out and executing it. Terrific job.
The small and power forwards are Bridges and Johnson. Ball and Booker, the talented backcourt pair. And it's Ayton in at the 5 spot. That's who's out there for Phoenix. Conchar, the pass to Jones. Here's Conchar. There's the dish to Williams. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Assisted.
And the Grizzlies lead by 9.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, taking it right to the rim. One imagines that might be discussed at halftime. That's going to be on the film.
Here's Clark. And it's Clark with the jam.
This is the mindset Clark has. He's opportunistic and really has an awareness of when to attack in transition.
Now here's Paul. He's got 8. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. They kick it out to Green. Bridges with the steal. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
First team.
And Phoenix with a whole new group on the floor.
Substitution on the court.
To the inside. Outside, Green. To the paint. Here's Clark. The shot, no good. The Suns go the other way with it. Here's Payne. Plays it up and banks it in.
And look, he's not the best athlete, but he's able to create the space he needs to operate.
Jones looking for an opening. Out to the right wing. Fires the 3. Hits the three-point bomb. Jones has got the lead up to 12 now for the Grizzlies.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
One word you always hear the Grizzly players mention is chemistry.
Yeah, you can't fake chemistry, and it's true. When you ask these guys what makes their team special, they point out what a tight-knit group they are. Some people might not think chemistry is a big deal, but it is huge when it comes to this league.
And one thing is, if you look on paper, it could feel like there's chemistry. But as you know, sometimes it doesn't translate to the real world.
No, it does not translate. And then after that, if you don't have chemistry, you better have professionals.
Suns trail by 12. There's Shamet. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Shamet's got his first points of the game.
A quality pass, setting up a quality shot. It's just textbook basketball.
In the third, 2 minutes.
Pass to Concho. 1:51 left to play in the third. Jones dishes to Clark. Here's Landale. He's guarded by Williams. Here's Craig. And the pass to Shamet. 6 on the shot clock. Goes back up. Misses off the left iron.
Got a good look there, but just not able to hit from the mid-range.
Clark finds Green. Kicks it out to Jones. Latrey. The Grizzlies with another miss.
And the defense dodged one right there. Not the guy you want to leave open.
Strong to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
And that could be the spark they needed to make a little run as they try to even this thing up.
Now here's Jones. The Grizzlies with another miss. There's 42 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
It's his first trip to the line.
84%. That's what he was able to convert on a season ago from the line.
So Memphis ends up going with the new group.
For a star like him, you get lots of opportunities at the line, and he's great at cashing them in.
Now here's Morant. 23 points in the game. And he drives in. Adams the pass to Morant. Payne grabs the board.
They timed up the layup perfectly. The D saw it develop and got there to bother the shot.
Here's Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
And you see the unselfishness from Morant, wanting to share that ball with any open teammate.
And so it's Memphis in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They're feeling.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Suns Youth Dance Team.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. And the Grizzlies leading by 8. On the court for Memphis to start the fourth. At the forward spots, it's Brooks and Jackson Jr. In at the guard spots, Morant and Bane. And it's Adams in at the 5.
Substitution on the court.
Morant with it. And finished off by Morant.
So creative with the ball in his hands. Morant is adept at creating offenses for himself.
Paul against Morant. And Adams sends it back. And they're able to recover. And that one, good.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
Here's Morant. And Morant throws it down.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that finish shows you how dangerous he can be as a passer and a finisher.
Corner shot, and there's Ayton, and that's good on the assist by Booker. 10 points for DeAndre Ayton.
I love the confidence. Ayton knows he must continue to hone his jumper, especially shooting it off the catch.
Now Morant. In the corner, it's Bane. Shot clock at 5. Jackson finds Morant. Outside, Bane. Three-pointer, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Here's Booker. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. It's good from long range.
A reliable three-point sniper. I like seeing Booker connect from downtown.
Morant outside. Lays it up off the glass. Morant's got 29 in the game.
Well, he's been doing it all night. Why not go back to him?
Yeah, just keep feeding him. That guy is a man on a mission. And the defense, well, they don't have much of an answer.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Morant. That's foul number 2 for him. On the wing, Booker, guarded by Bane. Passes it to Bridges. Stolen by Brooks.
Good instincts to read the path and get in a position to pick it off.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. And a wide open look for Bane. A three-pointer is right on target. And now it's a 10-point Grizzly lead. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Grizzlies. Ball kicks to Bridges. And it's slammed in by Bridges.
And on the slam, Bridges using the vertical to finish strong before the D can contest.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Now here's Morant. Six to shoot. Pass to Adams. Over Ayton. And the rejection by Ayton. Suns trail by 8. Booker inside. Johnson gets to Ayton. Bridges left side. Ayton. And Ayton stays with it.
Yeah, just proving how fast he can heat up. Once Ayton finds that rhythm, he is going to work.
There's Morant. We've got 1:13 left in the fourth quarter of this one. And finished off by Morant.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
A point guard getting up like that? Boy, that is special.
Here's Paul. It's rebounded by Memphis. Brooks feeling it out a bit. There's Jackson with the 3. And Paul pulls it down. And it's Phoenix's ball. Trailing here by 8. Johnson dishes to Bridges. 35 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Goes up from the top of the key. That one, no good. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. Brooks, the pass to Bane. Out to Brooks. From outside the arc. Up again. Johnson with the rebound. Booker outside. From deep. That shot misses. So it's Memphis picking up the win. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
of confidence to the Suns as they arrived earlier today, playing in front of your home fans all with. And we've got a pair of teams here that know a thing or two about ball movement, Grant.
Yeah, they really do. I mean, there's a great feel that these teams play with. Two of the smartest teams in the league. They focus on sharing the basketball and keeping everyone involved. This is a matchup for the purist.
So the opening lineup here for the Clippers. The two-way threats of George and Leonard are the wing pair. Morris and Zubac play together in the front court. And it's Wall in at the 1 spot. Clock at 4. And so the ball out of bounds. Ayton touched it last. Shot clock at 2. Nice shot by George.
Well, the poise right there from Paul George. That's just a veteran that has no panic in his game.
Wall against Paul. Pass to Ayton. From deep, Johnson counted from distance.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
On offense, here are the Clippers.
DeAndre Ayton was so valuable in that 2021 playoff run for the Suns. Shot over 65% the entire postseason on their way to that NBA Finals appearance.
And there's contact and a whistle. So he's got 2 shots coming up. And the former 1-1, the first overall draft pick. Ayton, he's just a different matchup.
That size, BA, and that great touch around the rim. He runs the floor. He's a big presence down there. You just don't see a ton of centers like him around this league like you once did in the 80s and early 90s. Ayton's game presents a pretty hefty matchup issue.
Booker against George. Booker, the pass to Bridges. Ayton, a screen on Leonard for 3. Bridges. It's rebounded by Zubac. It's George on the wing. He's guarded by Paul. Pass to Wall. Back to Zubac. And it's slammed in by Zubac.
And being that Wall is a point guard, it's his responsibility to facilitate. Just a terrific dime right there.
Outside Booker. 3-pointer, no good.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
George. Oh, and Johnson with a block. Bridges, left side. The kick out to Johnson. Here's the 3. Out of bounds. Suns ball as Phoenix keeps possession. Here's Booker. Pass to Ayton. That one's good. Give the assist to Booker.
Booker more and more becoming a double threat, not just to score the ball, but starting to realize he can set up his teammates. Well, still a few years out, but the Clippers have to be excited about moving into their own arena in 2024. So much innovation has gone into the design of the building, and it just looks incredible. Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Amen. And the Clippers felt they needed to build their own arena to establish some identity.
Yeah, no doubt about it that they could be their own franchise away from the shared building with the Lakers. And for so long in LA, they've been treated as sort of the second-rate team, and that just shouldn't happen. So having their own arena, it's moving them well into the right direction.
Kicks it to George. 5 on the clock. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Phoenix has gone 1 of 4 from deep. Inside. Here's Johnson. Ooh, good work defensively by Morris.
He's as surprised as we are. Most nights that bucket is automatic.
George's shot is good.
Well, Paul George just felt out the defense there, and because they weren't close, he could just pull up.
Paul against Wall, and it's Paul off the drive. Out of bounds. It'll be Phoenix's ball. The Suns trailing. Outside Booker. No good on the 3. The Clippers have gone 3 of 5 here in the opening quarter. Pass to George. And George with the jam.
Go ahead and try to stop Kawhi Leonard, and he'll just move the ball to the open man.
1:14 left in the first. And he lobs it up. Ooh, the deft touch on the lob.
Now that's a textbook alley-oop.
I thought he'd go for the slam, but that worked. Morris, a screen on Booker. Here's George. The shot no good. And Phoenix the other way now. Outside Booker. Pass to Aiden. To the inside. And there's Paul. That one's good on the assist by Aiden.
He's such a good scorer when he gets inside that painted area. One of the game's best mid-range players that we've ever seen. Chris Paul getting it done.
George passes to Zubac. 30 seconds left in the first quarter here. And Paul gets it to go. Paul's gotten his second bucket of the game.
All the way to the bucket. No resistance. Just swipe the candy from him.
Bridges against Leonard. Morris. Oh, and a slam dunk by Morris.
Leonard has the ball in his hands a ton, and those are some big hands. Comfortable handling the rock and making plays.
Bridges outside. Hayden with it. Pass to Booker. And the Clippers turn it over.
Phoenix ball.
Tries a three off the inbound. Pure from three-point range. Booker's got 6.
Great shooting from Booker. He keeps getting better. That time from way outside.
Well, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter.
And please give a big round of applause for your Suns youth dance team.
And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And take a look at the Suns' performance here, guys. What are your thoughts?
Oh, what I love was that first quarter was all about leaking out and capitalizing in transition.
It felt like they knew that there were openings in transition and just wanted to trying to feed that, get out quick.
The deadly pair of Paul and Booker are the backcourt. Bridges and Johnson fill up the forward spots. And it's Aiden in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the Suns' 5 as we get into the second quarter. Leonard passes to George. Back to Leonard. Ball for 3. Yes, and it's Leonard with the assist that time. Wall's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
Oh, you gotta love the back and forth, showing real confidence at the arc.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
There's only one thing on his mind. Get to the rim and take the defense out of the equation.
George outside. Starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Back to Wall. Shoots over Paul. Wall finds Zubac. 3 on the clock. He can't hit that time. And Phoenix the other way now. You know, with all the dunkers out there, some players make sure they don't end up on too many posters. Grant, you ever make a business decision?
Yeah, BA, you know, I made a few business decisions through my career. Look, as a competitor, you want to make sure that you can play defense, give it your all, contest at the rim when you feel that you can. But when someone like a Vince Carter in the midst of insanity, that's when you make a business decision. And that's a smart decision. They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Wall, the pass to George. Back to Wall. And he lays it up and in. Wall's got 5 points.
Smart play from PG. Just sees a man with a better shot and gets him the rock.
Outside Paul. Pass to Aiden. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Suns lead by 8.
Chris Paul came into the league playing unselfish, continues to do so. What a dime.
And it didn't take long for Phoenix to match the offer sheet Aiden signed with the Indiana Pacers. Now, there was talk they might let Aiden walk after that fallout during their playoff exit. But Phoenix knew they needed to keep Aiden to remain a contender.
Booker on the tape. And Booker with the jam.
And Booker taking a little bit of it out on the rim that time.
Outside Wall. To the middle. Here's George. And it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line.
At the line for the Clippers.
All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Suns?
They've been really going at the defense in the painted area. And so far, the opposition really hasn't had an answer for them.
It feels like the three-point line has opened up really early in this one, too. They've been looking confident from behind the arc, but there's a lot of attempts going up.
And for Paul George, playing close to home on a title-contending team, it's a tremendous opportunity, Grant.
And back with the Pacers, he twice made the Eastern Conference Finals, but without a doubt, this is the most talented team he's ever been a part of.
Outside wall, pass to Zubac. And the basket's good with the assist from Wall. Wall's got 3 assists now in this one.
Good passing in the paint may be even more important to an offense than great passing on the perimeter. Those are areas where you got to be careful.
Ball passes to Johnson. It's rebounded by Morris. The Clippers have gone 4 for 6 here in the second. Here's George on the take, and the jam by George.
How about the handles of a guy like Paul George at his size, being able to rip around and has total confidence in his ability to score.
And he drains it. A solid 5 for 6 now.
There's some easy offense there. Keep finding looks in that area, and their shooting percentages tonight are going to be off the charts.
Pass to George. Inside, here's Zubac. It's hauled in by the Suns. They've led by as much as 10.
Clippers foul.
After taking Cam Johnson 10th in the 2019 draft, the Timberwolves promptly sent him and Saric to the Suns in exchange for Jared Culver.
Mikal Bridges. One shot.
Ball against Wall. Paul passes to Aiden. The kick out to Paul. It's deflected. Leonard outside. Pass to Morris. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
Paul passes to Aiden over Zubac, and again it's the Suns missing. The Clippers have gotten 6 of 9 attempts to go in the second. Looking good. Now Morris kicks it to George. Back to Morris. Shoots over Johnson, and so the ball out of bounds. Morris touched it last.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Payne. He got it up. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end.
Your Suns, 30. The Clippers, 27.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. Paul George has been sensational.
Through 2 quarters of play, he's been an excellent source of points.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
And so in the game for Los Angeles, Jackson and Powell make up the backcourt. Robert Covington is out there with Luke Kennard, and it's Batum in at the center position.
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark. After a tough decade for the Suns between 2010 and 2020, they are once again a team to be reckoned with in the NBA, Brent.
Oh, man, the cachet of talent that this roster has is tremendous, and this team really came together in a hurry, and they're going to be a force for the next few years to come.
Powell finds Covington, and it's off from three-point range. The Suns leading. Craig with it, and Kennard picks him up defensively. Crowder, the pass to Craig. Lays it up and banks it in.
They're locked in and focused on making each possession a success.
That's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down. The game is fully in their control.
And they're on the break. And the layup is good off the glass. And now it's an 11-point Phoenix lead.
They're making it look easy out there, just having fun.
Yeah, some of these nights you got to enjoy yourself. Not too much at the expense of the other team, but right now this team is balling.
And despite the height disadvantage, oh my, he just attacks that interior.
Yeah, no stopping him on that play. Sometimes even the taller defenders are helpless to stop him.
Here's Payne. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. Payne's gotten his second bucket.
Like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift-wrapping points.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, guys, with the yearly roster moves, it might be hard for the casual fan to keep track. But Commissioner Silver said it's a necessary side effect. He said, quote, "We tried to tie performance to pay in a closer way, and I think that's what you see with shorter contracts." Brian, more player movement has been the result.
Yeah, good point, Allie. Thanks. Over to the left wing. Here's Batum. Can't hit that one. And Phoenix the other way now. And the Suns with possession. A big stretch here going. 10-2.
I know this much about Robert Covington. We'll never find him short on effort. This is a high-energy guy on both ends of the floor.
And it's going to be a 3-second call. And the Suns call time here.
And one thing I've learned through the years is no matter the situation, there are always adjustments you can make.
Yeah, not just there to pump up or to discipline players. You got to make sure that the coach makes the proper adjustments and has his team in the right mindset to carry it out.
The Clippers have gotten just 1 of 5 shots to drop since halftime.
2 minutes remaining in the
Jackson pass to Powell. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Well, Brent, any team loves to have a guy like Covington setting an example with his all-out play.
Yeah, BA, you know how there are guys that bring along everybody with their offensive game? Covington does that with the defense. He's out there, he gives effort, he dives on the floor, he's going for loose balls, and all of a sudden the energy of the team is right behind Robert Covington's defense.
Oh, come on, BA. I mean, where's the defense? That's just too easy.
They got to do a much better job in help.
Yeah, we see this all too often. The team gets a huge lead, and then their guard gets let down.
Everything is dropping for them. Just a terrific third-period run.
Well, with the confidence growing, that's one thing, but they seem to be getting more intense, and that's helping the quality of their play here.
Here's Shamet. Keeps it alive. Powell pulls it in. Los Angeles has got nothing to fall here in the third. 0 for 4. Here's Batum. Tries again. It's hauled in by Landale. And here are the Suns. They're on a 15-4 run. Shamet, no good. Los Angeles shooting 46%, a decent average so far. Batum gets the bucket. Batum's got his first 2 points.
It felt like Powell had the shot, but good job of feeding the open man.
Up top, Payne, defended by Jackson. Landale. Oh, a beautiful reverse layup.
Oh, just an easy reverse for him. He has nice feel and touch around the bucket.
Jackson outside. Phoenix grabs the miss. Craig on the wing. Banked it in off the glass. Craig's got 6 here in the quarter.
The defense kind of opened up for him, and he took full advantage.
Here's Batum. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Bridges and Johnson fill up the forward spots. The deadly pair of Paul and Booker are the backcourt, and it's Ayton in at the 5 down low. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Suns. Here's George. The kick out to Morris. Here's Leonard.
With those long arms and with the high release point, Leonard is practically daring you to foul him.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Phoenix.
They've been all about high percentage looks in this game, working the ball inside and doing whatever it takes to get it to go.
Well, they've also put an emphasis on driving inside in this game. The defense hasn't been able to stop them from finding those gaps.
Outside Booker, pass to Johnson. Here's Ayton. It's rebounded by Zubats. Ayton's gone 2 of 5 tonight. George for 3 buckets. He's now 6 of 10 from the field.
You got to get the ball to PG whenever he's roaming around outside that arc. Incredible.
Phoenix calls timeout. And now let's present our New Balance player of the game, Devin Booker.
What an unbelievable offensive performance from him tonight. I mean, it's been crazy fun to watch him just go off. I mean, the defense had no chance. He just kept scoring over and over again.
Boy, you can see the amazing relationship he's built with the hometown fans, and it motivates him to always give them his very best. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Monty Williams was saying to his team. He said to his players, you may want to get comfortable with this lead, but we can't afford that. That's when we get into trouble. Just keep executing the game plan and trust in one another.
Appreciate the report, Allie. George outside. Pass to Zubats. Back to George. From 15 feet away. The shot, no good. So Phoenix will take it the other way. Johnson with it. Checked by Wall. George against Booker. Ayton with it. Outside Johnson. 4 on the clock. It's rebounded by Zubats. Zubats has got 4 rebounds now. George passes to Morris. Takes the 3. The Suns clear it.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from 3-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
Johnson passes to Ayton. Back to Johnson. Outside Booker. And Booker with the jam.
Just such a gifted scorer. I mean, Devin Booker, a guy that dropped 70 once in a game. You got to be kidding me.
Morris outside. Pass to Leonard. Back to Morris to stop the run. And the Clippers miss again. For Phoenix, they've gone 3 of 5 since this 4th quarter started. Bridges finds Booker. Back to Bridges. Johnson with it. 1:49 left in the 4th quarter. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt. Here's Leonard. And he gets that one.
And that's the high motor, the long strides we're always talking about with Leonard. Killing it in transition.
Here's Booker. To the paint. Here's Johnson. Yes! And it's Booker with the setup. And the Suns lead by 18.
They came out and had a statement win with their performance tonight. A fantastic effort to get it done here for the Suns.
And they got a huge boost from their reserves tonight.
Yeah, the point differential between the 2 benches was a deciding factor in this game.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Devin Booker.
And guys, I just felt he was tremendous tonight. His energy infected his teammates, and the wrecking ball on both ends.
Ayton passes to Bridges. It's stolen by Leonard. Zubats with it. Now guarded by Ayton. Down low. Oh, and a slam dunk by Morris.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
And the gamble paying off.
Ball against Wall. Got a hand on it. George outside. And the jam by George.
Oh, man, Paul George right now, he's on fire, and the D looking helpless.
3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Outside Johnson. Pass to Booker. 12 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. And again, it's the Suns missing. George left side. Counted. And it's Morris with the assist.
Well, this is a gravity game right now. Whatever he throws up must come down. He's having a great game.
So it's the Suns winning this one easily.
And a glimpse inside the locker room. Players' final few moments to prepare for the game and the task ahead. So the Timberwolves win the tip. And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. The backcourt guards are Russell and Edwards. Underneath in the post, Towns and Gobert. And it's Prince in at the 3 spot. Now, here is Russell. Back to Towns. 5 to shoot. Lets it go with a 3. And it's Phoenix with the rebound.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Here's Johnson. Gobert pulls it in.
Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful contest right there. Oh, Anthony Edwards thinks this game is a dunk contest. Go ahead, young sir. What a finish.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, I briefly spoke with Coach Monty Williams. Well, there's no question this team can shoot the ball, and that's the philosophy he's instilled here. Long-range shooters they've got, he wants them to move the ball from one side of the floor to the other, and then take that first open look that's available. Kevin?
Thank you, David. You know, hard to create spacing without the threes. Gobert with the block.
This guy is an absolute menace and force on the defensive end. Rudy Gobert says, no, sir.
Prince wide open. Good, and the assist goes to Russell.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Well, if you continue to execute at both ends, you can build on this lead.
Now here's Johnson. Oh, Ayton in position. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Elite athleticism from Mr. Ayton. No doubt on the dunk.
Hey, right here. Here's Edwards. Here we go. And Edwards with the stuff.
How about the head of steam he's able to generate right there? It just gets to the rack really easy.
Paul against Russell. Here's Ayton. Here's Paul. Gobert with the block. Outside Edwards. Pass to Prince. Edwards drives in. Kept alive, Minnesota. Good.
I'll tell you, with Rudy Gobert on the floor, you have got to find him and keep him off the glass because he can be a force.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Now here's Paul. Takes it off the glass.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other. Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
Bridges. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Anthony Edwards.
Well, what you love about Mikal Bridges is he is going to accept whatever his coaches and team ask of him. This is what's allowed him to be successful.
Both free throws good from Bridges.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Here's Edwards with the drive, the dunk, and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. That one on 8. Minnesota shooting their first free throw of the contest.
Anthony Edwards is one of the most explosive athletes in the league. He can burn you with his perimeter jump shooting. He's dangerous in transition. And look out, folks, the upside is there.
Now here's Booker. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him.
Well, there's an unpredictability to his offensive game. He is always keeping the defense off balance.
Here's Edwards. Takes it inside.
This guy is so explosive. Anthony Edwards off the bounce. My goodness.
Booker outside. Gobert with the block. And they'll keep possession. Second chance shot. Booker the pass to Ayton. He can't get it to go. And it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way. And stolen by Booker. Three-pointer. And the three ball is good. Booker's got 5 now.
How about Booker playing a little bit of cat and mouse, smart enough to know when it's better to pull up.
Here's Edwards, driving in, and Edwards with the stuff.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Some guys just relish the challenge. Find a way, and he does.
Johnson, wide open, he fires. And here's Booker from the arc. Goes up, and the rejection by Towns.
Carl Anthony Towns twice on the pipe. Send it back, big fella.
It's 2-on-1. And Ayton throws it down.
And that's how you do it, guys. Ball pressure and then get some runouts.
And Edwards puts up a deep three. And another three for Minnesota.
Boy, that was deep. Anthony Edwards testing the limitations of his range on that one.
Paul kicks to Bridges. He blocks it again.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle. Anthony Edwards has...
Ladies and gentlemen, your son's youth dance team.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And what do you guys think about Minnesota here in this one?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
Paul and Booker, the talented backcourt pair. The small and power forwards are Bridges and Johnson. And it's Ayton in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the Suns' 5 as we get into the second quarter. Edwards can't hit. Suns trail by 8. For 3, Booker. That's in, coming off an assist from Johnson. Booker's got 8. And when people talk about defense, the term boxes and elbows comes up a lot. Great for our audience. Can you explain what that's about?
It's a great point, Kevin. And listen, the 2 defenders on what we call the boxes, that's down in the low post area. And you see those 2 boxes down at the end of the free throw line. And then you have the 2 defenders on the elbows. That's the edge of the free throw line. The idea to close down the paint.
Fast break, here come the Suns. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
And he deserves a lot of credit for what he was able to do at the line last year. 86% from the stripe.
Well, Anthony Edwards says, yes, you're playing exceptional defense, but my offensive game is better. I'm a solid 225.
Johnson sets the screen for Paul. Feeds it to Johnson. We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Nice D from Russell. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Well, Anthony Edwards came into the league with a reputation as a scorer. He is starting to hum a little bit right here.
Lobbed up there for Booker.
Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley.
I got to say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going. Here's Edwards into the lane.
Boy, the quickness off the dribble drive by Anthony Edwards. Being able to put it on the deck, so important.
Paul outside. Booker outside. A 3-ball. Another 3 for Phoenix.
I'll tell you, you are playing with fire anytime you leave this guy open, and they just got burned.
Towns a screen on Booker. Edwards can't hit. Suns trail by 5. The drive by Booker and the dunk by Booker.
I'll tell you, let that guy get ahead of steam. Booker can finish at the rim with surprising power.
Kicks it out to Prince. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Prince has got 6.
Well, good vision from the inside and kicking it to the perimeter.
Russell against Paul. Going inside. Basket made. Just his 2nd this contest. He's 2 for 7 now.
How about the ability to knife inside the defense? Chris Paul has been outstanding as a dribble driver his entire career.
Towns in the corner. Booker against Edwards. Outside Russell for 3. Johnson with the rebound. Phoenix has gone 2 or 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Second team foul.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Paul. Dishes to Ayton.
This guy is such an intelligent basketball player who understands how to read defenses and make them react. Go to work, DeAndre Ayton.
And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
Their defense has been so aggressive right out of the gate, wasting no time shutting shooters down here with authority.
I think the other thing they're doing is they're wearing out the opponent in transition, exploding up the floor for easy chances.
Really like that work there in the paint. He has really established a low post presence.
Paul surveying the floor. Booker against Edwards. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert.
Well, there's an activity level and a skill level that makes Devin Booker problematic on the offensive end. He dares defenders to get physical with him.
And the second free throw, good. 2-for-1 chance here.
Let's see if they use the clock to their advantage.
Here's Russell. And he banks in the layup. Russell's got his first bucket in this one.
This guy, an effortless scorer. Outside, inside, in between. Dynamic scorer is D'Angelo Russell.
Paul with the ball. Picked up by Edwards. Here's Booker. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got his 5th rebound in this one. And finished off by Edwards.
And that strength and concentration from Anthony Edwards. Yes, there's contact. Doesn't bother him.
Ball outside. Here's Booker. And the dunk by Booker.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Right, you could see on that possession, one side playing.
Anthony Edwards has been leading the charge for the Minnesota Timberwolves. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. And we've got more. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You know, Anthony Edwards has been exceptional here, guys.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
Now let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
And on the floor for Chris Finch as we get into the second half. They've got Reed. McDaniels is out there with Anderson. And it's Noel in at the 2-guard spot. Johnson outside. Kicks it out to Booker. Clock at 6. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
That's just superior balance from the crafty guard. If you allow Devin Booker to get close, he's going to draw your contact.
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. Landale's checked in. Jay Crowder comes in for Johnson. Torrey Craig, he's checked in for Bridges. And Cameron Payne subbed in for Paul. And the wide open shot from Crowder. And a great assist by Booker as that one goes in.
Listen, this is a guy who can get hot from downtown. Great to see Jay Crowder being aggressive when given the opportunity.
There's the pass to Noel. Plays it up and banks it in. Noel's got 4 this quarter.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded out game.
Here's Booker. 21 points in the game for the tie. Stolen by Anderson. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Throws down the breakaway jam.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
Now Booker. It's Crowder on the wing. He takes it in with the putback. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they? Really left alone that time. Noel's got 8.
And now this game's taken on a whole new feel since halftime.
What energy we're seeing. Something has lit a fire under both of these teams.
Payne passes to Craig. Back to Payne. To the middle. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. The Suns making a switch here. Shamet's checked in. Timberwolves leading by 5. Here's McLaughlin. McDaniels up top. This one for 3. Craps in the tray. McDaniels got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Yeah, and ever since halftime, they played precision basketball offensively.
I got to believe that's something the coach talked to them about at the halftime. They have valued each possession.
Timberwolves have gotten every shot that dropped since halftime. They're 5 for 5 from the floor. Pass to McLaughlin. Here's Noel. The kick out to Anderson. Here's Reed. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Suns trail by 8. Outside Crowder, and it's Payne in the corner. Inside, here's Landale. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Excellent assist there. Just led him to the perfect spot.
Here's McLaughlin. Payne covering. Passes it to Noel. Here's McDaniels. Connects from 3-point range. McDaniels got the lead up to 9 now for the Timberwolves. Payne looking around in the corner. Shamet with it. And it's denied. Here's McLaughlin. Payne covering. Out of bounds. Phoenix will take possession.
That almost looked like bad communication. You hate to see that kind of mistake.
You gotta love strong defense, especially when it comes in the form of harsh rejections. Wow.
And guys, that is lockdown defense at its finest, going right at the shot and then able to knock it away.
There's the drive, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
He just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful 2-hand jam. Pass to Anderson. Here's Noel. Craig defending. Here's McDaniels, and there's the pass to Reed. Phoenix grabs the miss. Outside Crowder. Back to Shamet. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves bringing the quarter to a close with a set.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Suns Youth Dance Team.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Timberwolves leading by 7. The small and power forwards are Bridges and Johnson. Paul and Booker, the talented backcourt pair. And it's Ayton in at center. That's who's out there for Phoenix.
Well, get it inside to a quality scorer and let this guy do his thing.
Johnson left side. And so they choose to intentionally foul. A new lineup here for the Timberwolves.
Personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Booker looking around. Lobbed up there for Johnson.
Oh, what a pass. And then he lays it in with the circus move.
So smooth. Outside Edwards. And finished off by Edwards.
Boy, defense has no answer for Anthony Edwards' athleticism. What a dunk.
Booker outside. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. The wing jumper off target. And it's Towns with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. Here's Edwards. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Hard work pays off right there. Anthony Edwards Edwards finds himself in the paint and draws contact.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
I like how simple they are just keeping things on offense. I mean, the mid-range area has been made available, and boy, are they taking advantage.
And their fast break has also been a key metric in this run. They have had a significant advantage in transition over the course of this game.
For three, Bridges. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Outside, Russell. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Edwards. From deep three-point range, the Timberwolves again can't hit.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
Russell kicks to Edwards. He dishes it to Towns. The open shot, Edwards. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
Boy, defense nowhere to be found, and neither was his shot at that time.
Goodness. Mikal Bridges, thundering slam off the bounce.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. And Edwards puts up a deep three. Paul grabs the board. Suns trail by 9. And the dunk by Booker.
Night after night, game after game, Chris Paul understands where to put the ball and when. Nicely done.
Edwards against Booker. Edwards kicks to Prince. The kick out to Towns. He feeds it to Russell. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. And taken away by Paul. And Phoenix pushing it up now. Bridges leading the charge.
Boy, that's the kind of look this offense is designed to create. That's just a tough miss.
Prince the pass to Edwards. Takes it off the glass. Edwards got 6 points in the quarter.
Boy, that defense must be better. Anthony Edwards getting it done on the interior.
Ball against Russell. Kicks it out to Johnson. Now, here's Bridges. Defense is right there. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
At the line for Phoenix.
Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one.
Yeah, he cuts the deficit a little bit, but not as much as he could have. One miss can make a big difference.
And Russell puts up a deep three. Doesn't go for him. Now the Suns take it the other way. Booker finds Bridges. Now here's Johnson. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation.
Timberwolves ball.
Now the Timberwolves with it. Pass to Towns. Outside, Edwards. Prince outside. 5 on the clock. From deep. Bridges with the board. Phoenix with the ball. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. A nice shot by Booker.
Well, he can hit big shots. Booker's about as confident a young man as we've seen when the pressure's on.
Russell with it.
Come get it, come get it.
Prince outside. Back to Russell. And so the Timberwolves take the win. A narrow win. All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.